Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Nikola's vlog. And we started the week off with a max effort press using a closed grip bench press. This is 175 kilograms. He did it with a pause. Obviously the lockout's a little sticky there, great speed off the chest, but triceps are a bit of a weak link for him, so we expect to see a little bit of a lockout weakness on the closed grip bench. It's exactly what we would expect for a lifter with his weak links on that lift. So we need to bring those triceps up, which is something we are actively working at. You'll notice that his upper body days are very tricep dominant. Look at what we're doing for lifts. We're doing a floor press, right? Floor press, standing press, JM press, and then we do some press downs. Of course, we do some lat pull downs in here also. Now for him, I have him train upper back all 4 days. I do feel like upper back is a bit of a limiting factor for him right now also. So it's something that we're gonna work very, very heavily. I'd like to see his traps, rear delts, rhomboids, lats, all of that stuff bigger and thicker, right? Because again, he's a drug-free lifter. That area can be very hard to develop. You know, that whole shoulder girdle area for lifters who don't use any anabolics can actually be fairly difficult to develop in the same proportions. You know, so we are needing to put a little extra attention there, because if you look here, look at the back. And I'm not saying he has a small back or small traps by any metric. You know, the guy deadlifts 600 pounds, okay? They're not small, but proportionately, right? At his overall strength level, we'd like to see those areas bigger. Right, I want to see those rear delts. I want to see those traps. I want to see even the lats. I want to see them thicker for him. Okay, I want to see a lot more tricep on him. So here we're doing some JM presses. We do need to work a little on the technique here. He does have the wrist back. It's not what we always want to see on a JM press, but we will correct that in time. He's still moving a decently respectable weight there, but again, that weight relative to what he benches, okay? His triceps are technically, when we're looking at the supplemental work, they're a bit of a weak link. He benches a little more than I do. I can use a lot more weight than him on tricep exercises. Again, what does this tell us? We need to bring those triceps up. We see it in his movement patterns. Of course, here he's doing some curls. He had asked me, Coach, can I do some curls? I want guns. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and you can do some curls in. Superset them with your triceps. Right? And my more advanced lifters, they want to do stuff like that. I let them throw it in. Just don't get inflamed doing it. Of course, then we do some band press downs because we're pushing JM presses hard. We got a tricep weakness. We're going to do band work. Right? We need to make sure that this doesn't become an elbow issue for him. All right, we get over to max effort lower. We have a deficit deadlift with 270 kilograms. 270, that is almost 600 pounds done off of a deficit deadlift. All right, pretty good here. Pretty good. He has pulled obviously more than this in the past. Again, deficits are a little harder for him. All right. He has to fight on deficits a little bit more. The reason we like to use them, they work against his leverages. All right, for further supplemental lifting, I do more back work on this day. So we do back work all 4 days. In this case, I have him do rows. Now, the topic comes up. Why are you having to do so much chest supported stuff? Because he doesn't have access to all the machines I would like. So we do good mornings for him. His deadlift is his strongest lift. Not by a big metric. His pressing is pretty close. But again, deadlift is pretty strong for him. Right? He moves a lot of weight on all his deadlifting movements. And we're doing good mornings. I don't want his low back to get too beat up. So if in his case, with the amount of back work that we're needing to do for that upper back and middle back, I don't want his low back to handle too heavy of loads. I don't want to see it jacked up. I need it recovering so that he can pull heavy. So most of his work here, when I can, I unload the spine. Same thing here, leg presses, right? We need to get his quads bigger. We need his quads and adductors bigger for his squats. So again, single leg on the leg press. I want to take that load off of his spine. Because again, look who he's deadlifting. pulling a lot of weight, and I'm needing him to do good mornings. And I don't think I could put good morning footage in this vlog because his good mornings were done at a different angle. Like, my software hates that. It doesn't like me mixing in landscape and portrait together. So I did leave those out of the vlog, but they are in here. And then we see his glute ham raises. All right, this tells us where we're weakest on his deadlifting, because he's got a good deadlift. He struggles with glute ham raises. He's like, these things are so hard, coach. They're so hard. Okay, he can't quite get a full range of motion on them. They're difficult for him. Yet he's got a good deadlift. What does this tell us? That his glutes and his erectors are pretty strong, aren't they? Right? He's got good leverages for the deadlift. He's got real strong glutes, real strong erectors. All right, hamstrings are holding us back. These glute ham raises are going to be the key to getting him up to the next level. So we need to push them. We need to push them hard. This is what he needs. This is what he needs right now. He needs tricep. He needs hamstring. He needs more upper back. Okay? That is what's going to take this lifter up. He's already an advanced lifter. He's got good numbers on the platform. Okay? He's a real solid lifter. This is how we make him better. Because he doesn't want to be a solid lifter. He wants to be a champion. All right. So dynamic effort benching. He doesn't really have access to bands or chain setups here. So we run him with straight weight. Same thing I do with other people. 3 sets wide, 3 sets medium, 3 sets close. Afterwards, I have him do lat pull downs. We don't do extra chest work on his speed bench day. Some of my lifters do, some of them don't. In his case, we don't need it because I'm not seeing pecs being a limit on his benching. Plus, he really likes the overhead press, by the way. So we work it in. But that also means, no other shoulder work is really needed. Not in his case. Not worried about it. He loves to do the strict press, so we're working it in. Okay? But that means everything else just got to be triceps. So we end up overhead pressing, JM pressing, little other extra arm work, lat pull downs on speed bench day. All right? Which we're seeing right here. And again, I'll go over with him later what I want to see on these JM presses. I want to see those knuckles kept up instead of letting them bend backwards. All right. And of course, we do band press downs. He needs the band press downs. I want to get blood flow to those triceps. I want to get blood flow to those tendons. I want to build his tendons. I want to keep his elbows healthy so we can push those JM presses harder. Again, we use it to feed them. We use it to feed the recovery that we need and the elbow stability that we need for those. Then we get and finish up the week with dynamic effort lower day. All right, speed boxes, right? Speed box squats, followed by conventional speed pulls. He doesn't really do sumo, and I let him skip sumo because over in his country, he said, all the guys I know, all the people in my gym, they make fun of sumo. Nobody pulls sumo. So I don't want him mocked by his peers. So I don't have him pull sumo. That's fine. He's built to conventional anyway, so I'm not that worried about it. All right? I would like to see him lock out on these speed pulls, though. So my one criticism, not quite locking them. That second one we did. First one we didn't. And then we do the same supplemental lifts that we do on max effort day. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
I'm Nikola.